Over the first 2 weeks of November, tensions between Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's government in Addis Ababa and leaders from the country's northern Tigray region blew into the open. Clashes between armed forces have left hundreds reported dead, and tens of thousands have fled as refugees to neighboring Sudan. Amnesty International has recorded evidence of an alleged massacre on civilians. Ethiopia's leader was once praised internationally for his reform agenda, and even won the 2019 Nobel Peace Prize, in large part as recognition of his efforts to normalize relations with neighboring Eritrea. But now he's facing the specter of civil war. In early November, Abiy said that Tigrayans had attacked a national military base. He responded by sending troops to the region, which is governed by the Tigray People's Liberation Front, the TPLF, a once powerful political party. Over the next several days, clashes were reported between Ethiopia's national military and regional forces loyal to the Tigrayan government. On November 14th, Tigrayan forces fired missiles at targets into Eritrea, an extremely closed-off nation that shares a border with the Tigray region and was Ethiopia's sworn enemy until Abiy's much-lauded efforts to make amends. Tigrayan leaders have claimed in recent days that Eritrean forces are supporting Abiy's foray into their region. Tensions had been brewing since long before this bout of fighting. The TPLF has seen its influence wane since Abiy took office in 2018. Last year, he dismantled the ruling coalition, long led by the TPLF, and replaced it with the new Prosperity Party. The TPLF opted not to join, leaving them with little political sway in the country of 110 million people. When Abiy's government postponed this year's elections, citing concerns over coronavirus transmission, Tigrayan officials held their election anyway. Abiy refused to recognize results from the September vote, adding to hostilities. The next month, Ethiopian lawmakers approved withholding federal funding to the region. One Tigrayan official said he saw that as tantamount to a declaration of war. There are legitimate concerns the conflict could escalate further and potentially destabilize the region. More than 25,000 people have already fled to Sudan, which is going through a fragile transition and is submerged in an economic crisis. The United Nations is warning that the situation on the ground is rapidly spiraling out of control, with thousands of people fleeing Ethiopia each day. Around 96,000 Eritrean refugees also live in Tigray, sparking fears they could be displaced again. Foreign countries, including regional neighbors such as Uganda, Kenya, and Djibouti, continue to call for dialogue to resolve the conflict. None of them want a new war in such a populous nation that could, in a worst-case scenario, destabilize the Horn of Africa.